Hi everyone, Alex here. I'd just like to take a moment to thank some of our patrons: Jennifer Paynton, Camilla Sutton, Charles Craig, Igor Nikolsky, Brianna, Cara Martin, Lauren Coleman, Wim, Shauna Bracken, Callie Shearer, Zalia Chimera, Christopher Niez, Maxwell Scrocky, Philip Platt, Aurora B, Johnny Dangerously, Athena Frade, Lice Rojas, Iris, Kim Cuthbertson. Thank you all. We really appreciate your support. If you'd like to join them, go to www.patreon.com/Rusty Quill and take a look at our rewards.
Welcome to Executive Quarterly with me, Sigmund Shankaray. I'm joined today by one of the rising stars of Stellar Firma's executive class, Hatro Piltz. Hatro, how are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you for having me, Sigmund. It is a real pleasure to be here today.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure for me as well, because, as I say, you really are a rising star amongst the young executives of Stellar Firma, but as we all know, stars can suddenly explode for no reason and leave nothing but screams and shadows.
Yes, that's true. That is true. And I like to think that I'm constantly trying to exceed myself and fly further into the galaxy of success, so that as not to burn out, but to continually become a larger star.
Yes.
Not to fade out, not to explode, but to succeed in becoming brighter.
Mm-hmm.
As an emblem for other line managers.
Okay, we're going to have a question now. Just going to ask you a series of questions to help really get to the bottom of what makes a line manager and rising executives such as yourself tick. Is that okay?
That's
okay.
Fantastic.
So, Hatro, what's a perfect day look like to you?
Oh, Sigmund, I'm so glad you asked. I'm quite regimented, I'm happy to say. I like things just so. I wake up at 4 every morning. I have my alarm clock. It jolts me out of bed with a friskness, you know.
Do you have an electric alarm clock that tases you as you wake up?
I've seen those. I've heard of those. I actually have one that's inserted into my bed, and it flips the bed slightly.
Interesting.
It's called the shelling.
And it shells you out of your sleep.
Exactly.
Into the wall of your room?
Onto the floor.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have any carpet. I like to really smack awake. That's just to freshen me up, to get me going, you know. Some mornings I even land on my feet and I know it's going to be a good day.
Like a cat.
Yes.
Excellent.
like a sexy cat.
Excellent stuff. So, Hatro, if you could change anything about your job, what would it be?
Absolutely nothing, Sigmund.
Oh, come now.
No.
Oh, come now.
No,
nothing?
really. You jest. No, really. No. It is a joy to work for Stellar Firma. I mean, bless the board I have come to where I have come. You know, every day as I smack my face on the floor of my cubicle and alight into action to come and deliver line managerial dictation and joy. I just feel like I am the luckiest woman to serve the board. I love my job.
Hail the board.
Hail the board.
Okay, but seriously, anything you'd change, anything
Sigmund,
you're dissatisfied
not a
with?
thing.
Nothing.
In fact, I'd work longer. I'd work harder.
Noted. Okay. Well, next question then.
It's so hot in here.
It is a little warm. I'll just turn it up a little. A line manager's job can be very hard and very taxing.
No.
Does it ever get too much?
No. Absolutely not. Never. No. I love everyone I work with. I would like a family. It's like going to work with your friends. I say I'm a line manager, but really I'm a buddy. You know.
So you fraternize. You fraternize with your employees.
Sigmund. Now, come on now. You know, from one professional to another. You want them to have a feeling of, you know, oh, they could fraternize with you. You know, that they might think, ooh, we could, but absolutely not. I mean, I know where the line is. I
You're-
know where
you're
the line. I know where to put my foot down.
You're the line manager, so
Yes,
you would know
yes,
where the line
I manage the line.
You manage the
exactly,
lines.
Exactly.
So you
I mean, I'm
wouldn't-
not mincing words here.
No.
I draw the line. I draw it in front of fraternizing. I draw it, through fraternizing.
Okay.
I mean, friend, I say, friend or foe, really. Hatro, friend or foe, I don't know. They're always guessing, always wondering. The shapeshifter.
Okay.
You're looking. Yes.
Okay.
Finished with. Do you want me to?
Now, unless there's anything you'd like to say on that topic.
Just that I'm a shapeshifter,
You're a shapeshifter.
and I have a line that I draw, and it goes through friends.
Okay, a line drawing shapeshifter with no friends. That's Hatro Piltz. Okay. And would you ever defy the board? Would you ever defy the board?
So no,
No. You would never consider defying the board.
I don't think I've even heard the words defy the board in the same. I can't believe I've just uttered them. I've uttered them as something I would draw a line through. I've done it. See,
So
that's me at work right
in
there.
your role as shapeshifting line drawer,
Yes.
you're drawing a line through defying the board
Through defying the board, yes.
to
Yes.
say no, I
Say
would not.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Okay, wonderful. Let's move on then. So, you have. Sorry.
I even sing. I sing the board song every morning. You didn't let me carry on. It's fine, though. I understand. I mean, you're in charge here. But in my perfect day, after I get shelled, I also sing the board anthem.
So you have an almost exemplary record of both planet delivery and customer satisfaction.
Sorry, I didn't hear what was. Sorry.
You have an almost exemplary record
Yes.
of both planet delivery and customer satisfaction. So how do you account for that
Thank you.
almost complete success?
Complete success.
Sorry.
That's what I.
Almost complete. So I just want to make sure that point is held, that you have an almost exemplary record.
Isn't that funny, though? Isn't that funny? Yeah. I just think, when you are creating a masterpiece, don't you, the artist, also create the imperfection within the masterpiece so as to have your audience see where the true beauty is and be reminded of what they are seeing? How is one to know what masterpiece and beauty is if they do not have anything to compare it to? I mean, I would say the 0.025% of my non-complete perfect record is just that small fissure of an arrow pointing at the beauty of my work.
So you specifically choose to engineer failure in part of your work to cast more glory onto the rest of it. Is that what you're saying to me?
No.
No. So what are you saying?
I'm saying, I'm glad you asked. What I'm saying is that sometimes you get given a piece of mud when you're trying to make a marble statue. And what do? You have to mold it along with, I've been given my materials, haven't I? And one of my materials, we won't mention names, tracks, really difficult to work with. And I'm not saying it's a problem. Board knows it is not a problem. It is just something that makes my, skills develop even more. It's a blessing.
A blessing.
It is a blessing.
A blessing from the board.
Yes.
Hail the board.
Hail the board.
After a hard day of managing your lines, how do you like to unwind?
Well, funny Sigmund. There's no such thing as a hard day. There just really isn't. I mean, I unwind like everyone else. I have ion scrubs, but that's just to, keep my appearance sharp and shapely. I've been known to unwind with a bit of slurry in the evening, like anyone.
We all love our slurry.
Yeah. But really, there's no need for it. It's just, I'm social. I'm a social animal. I'm so popular amongst the managers and the lines and the parties. And
do you party?
I will put on a facade of partying if I must.
Because obviously the board really encourages our line managers to sometimes, get out there and let down their hair. So you're saying that you buck against that enjoyment and you push against the mandated parties of the board.
Didn't understand that question the first time around. Isn't that funny? You know what? I think it's the heat. It is the heat.
It's a little
hot.
I'll just turn
Sigmund,
it up.
And you are a very appealing looking man. I party. I love partying. Would you like to party? I think we should party.
Hatro, we're recording an interview, so I don't think I'll take up a partying, but the fact that you offered is noted. So sometimes you have to make tough calls in your job. So how do you feel it's best to tell a consultant that, unfortunately, their employment and indeed their life is going to be terminated?
Well, Sigmund, I know you must also feel the responsibility in your job. As I've been travelling up the different prestigious stages in Stella Firma and I've now become a line manager, I know that there are some things I have to do, and that can be hard. But I signed up for the job. I can do it. I'm not afraid to really get into the minds of my disciples, children, colleagues, what have you. I tell it like it is. I don't like to really mince words, and I definitely don't want to torture anyone. Just really let them know as kindly as possible. If there's a way to avoid it, I will.
So you would go against an execution order?
We were talking specifically. No. If there's an order to execute someone, give me the gun. I would be happy to. I would do that if I needed to. I don't even think you need to inform the person. Just
up behind them and.
If the
night while they're sleeping, when their back is turned or eyes are closed. Let's say it's your oldest friend, and you were called to a secret tribunal and were told they had to be removed and terminated, and we handed you the gun and said, "Do it now." Would you immediately walk to that person's pod, quietly open the door, creep up, pull back the covers, take them out?
And this is an execution order by the board. This is... Well, Sigmund, it's funny that you are asking me this because we know the answer, don't we? Of course we do.
What's the answer, Heartrate?
Well, I would like to just say, of course you would do the same as me. Yep.
And what would I do, Heartrate?
What would you do, Sigmund? How many times have you ever been asked a question?
How many?
You're looking at me as if you've never been asked a question before in your life about anything. But have you been asked a question like, what would you do?
Yes. Many times. And my answer has always been, yes.
And that is mine as well. That's what I was saying. Well done, us. I think, we're very similar. You and I. Very...
Would you ever defy the board?
No.
Never thought about defying the board?
I feel like you might have asked that before.
We just like to check.
Okay.
What's next for Hatro, Piltz?
Not defying the board. Yes. Moving on. Stella Firma has given me such a prestigious position, and I can only hope that with my fantastic record that you pointed out earlier...
Almost exemplary.
With that exemplariness, I just think they would want me to move forward and up and onwards, and the sky is the limit. I hate to, use a cliche, but really, it is for me. Just work.
Wonderful. Well, Hatro, just one final question before we let you go.
Oh, really? Only one more?
Just the one. Would you ever defy the board?
No.
Hatro Piltz, thank you very much. And thanks to all of you for joining me, Sigmund Shankaray, on this edition of Executive Quarterly. I hope you'll join me next week when we're meeting Gamma Delts, the most pliant and obedient young executive I've met in many eons. Thank you.